The latest. Thank you for your love and support. I appreciate you all. They couldn't wait. While the people of Mali were still counting their dead and the smoke was still rising over the Caribbean town of Kati, the French media began their second attack. Not with bombs, but with words. Within hours of the April 25th strikes, outlets like France 24 and RFI were already singing the same old song, Mali is failing. Mali is failing. Only France can save them. The audacity is staggering. Today on the latest June 1, we aren't just looking at the news. We are exposing the psychological warfare. They want you to believe that sovereignty is a mistake. The same people who are depending so much on the United States of America that can do anything for them. They want you to beg for the return of the very people who spent decades in our own country while the T group only grew. Family, let's tear this lie apart. What exactly are they claiming? They are saying that before GNIM and the FLA coordinated these attacks, the AES security architecture is a failure. They are pointing at the loss of Colonel Sadio Kamara and saying, look, without our backing forces, your leaders are targets. But let's ask the question the French media refuses to answer. Where did these T groups get their intelligence? How did the T groups in the desert coordinated a strike on a garrison town like Keti and Bamako airport simultaneously? The French media acts like they care so much about us. But they are celebrating. They are using this tragedy to tell the world that Africa is incapable of self-defense. It is the classic colonial script. Create the chaos, then offer yourself as the only solution. Let's remind Paris of the history they forgot. For 10 years, France had thousands of troops, drones, and fighter jets in Mali. Did the T group stop? No, it spread. It moved from north to the center. It moved into Burkina Faso and Niger. Under the AES, Mali has taken back Cadil, something France never allowed. Mali has nationalized its resources. Mali has stood up as a founding member of the AES Confederation. This attack isn't a sign that Mali is weak. It is a sign that the enemies of the Sahel are desperate. They are attacking because Mali is finally moving towards true independence.
The defense minister of Mali is dead, according to the French media. And the same French media continue to say that, Mali should apologize to France because it is only France which can help Mali to get out from this situation currently. As you guys know that yesterday, some terrorist groups went into Mali, trying to cause a chaos in Mali, and the French media is currently reporting in Paris or tweeting from Paris by saying that it is only France which can help Mali currently. And Assimi Goïta, the president of Mali, should apologize to France for kicking them out. Number one, I want to say that these French media should go and F themselves, because no one is apologizing for kicking them out from Africa. Remember that, France has been in Mali for decades. They have the best weapons, the best technology. But they cannot get rid of the terrorist groups in Mali. Why? Because they are the ones who are supporting them to the teeth. Even the city of Kidal, France was in Mali how many years? In Burkina Faso, in Niger. They cannot kick the terrorist groups from Kidal because the aim of France is by dividing the African peoples by line so that they can keep on taking our mineral resources. And they have succeeded, in different parts of the African continent, by the way. Especially in Nigeria currently. That is why we kick them out from Mali, Burkina Faso, and Niger. Now the French media is saying that, Assimi Goïta should apologize to France so that France can help us. If France cannot help Mali in the last 20, 30 years when they were there in Mali, do you think that they will be able to help us? But they expect Assimi Goïta or the government of Mali, to get rid of terrorism completely within the span of 3-4 years. How is that possible? I mean, they are in fact the one who are giving weapons to these terrorists currently in 2026 to go and attack the innocent people in Mali. But I can tell you that, 99% of these terrorists are currently dead. They are being eliminated. And it was also under Assimi Goïta Kidal was free from terrorism and from all of this Sharia law, by the way. So which means that, do not trust these Western media, especially the French medias, because the French media, they are lying to their teeth. They are the ones who are in support with this terrorism, and they are the ones, who are overseeing the massacres that these terrorists are causing on the African continent, by the way. So long life to Assimi Goita, long life to Farmer, and long life to the Sahel leaders as a whole. And indeed, as far as we know currently, the defense minister of Mali is alive and well, and those terrorists, we will expel all of them from Mali. So do not get your news sources from these Western medias, by the way, because majority of them, especially the French ones, they are nothing more than bunch of propagandists, and they are in support of all of these terrorist acts currently that are taking place in Mali.
If France was the only power that could help, why did things get worse every year they were here? Why are they pushing this? Only France lies so hard right now. Because they see the resources slipping away. They see the AES Confederation forming its own bank. They see the energy partnership with Angola and Zimbabwe. They know that if they can convince the world and the Malian people that the leadership has failed them, they can trigger a regime change and put their puppets back in power. But we want to remind France that they should go back and read their history, how we set them free. This isn't about helping Mali. This is about helping the French treasury, because we know France is broke. They want our gold, our uranium, and our dignity. They want us to believe we are children who cannot walk without a French crutch. Well, we have news for them. The crutch is broken and we are walking away. Family, do not believe the narrative of these people. Deceived by the expert analysts on French TV. We are taking power back. We are not going backwards. Africa is reclaiming everything. And France itself cannot defend itself. If France has any power to do something for us in Africa, France should use that to claim its sovereignty away from the United States of America. We heard Emmanuel Macron, how you are also so dependent, and now you are fighting for your own liberation. France can never do anything on its own without the assistance of the United States of America, Europe combined. So let Africa be. Africa do not need your help. If you have anything to offer us in Africa, use that to strengthen yourself. Use that to get your sovereignty and stop being dependent on other people. Even the president of the United States of America said it, that you, the Europeans, you can never do anything on your own. So why then do you claim you can be the ones that can help us in Africa? Use your strength to set yourselves free and let Africa be, because Africa do not need you, and we are proving it to you. There is nothing that you can do that will change us back into slavery. Nothing will trigger us to rise against our leaders. Just as it failed in Iran, is the same way it's going to fail in Africa, and there is nothing nobody can do about it. The time for you to start looking for how to survive is now. We are in a new world order. United we stand, divided we fall, and united we keep standing forever and ever. The greatest enemy of the African is mental slavery. So let's decolonize ourselves from mental slavery. Let's keep sharing to educate our brothers and sisters. Together we'll make Africa great for ourselves and the next generations that are going to come. So that's the latest around the world, in Europe and in France.